Now then, welcome to Botania. This is a new mod, and I'm playing around with it. It's a new mod that involves these beautiful sparkly flowers, and that is about as far as my knowledge goes. I've read a little bit up on the download site, which is linked in the description. The mod is made by Vazkey, I believe that's how you pronounce it, who also makes Thormic Tinkerer. So I've been following what Vazkey has been doing, and this is a new mod that's just out. Just out in the last few days, just before the weekend, I believe. And we're going to take a look at it. But this isn't going to be a survival series. As you can see, I have the ability, I'm in creative when I want to be in creative, and so on. And I'm going to be spawning in items that are vanilla. I'm not going to spawn anything in from the mod, so the modded items, Botania, are such. These are the things that I'm going to discover for myself, craft for myself, and figure out for myself. But if I need, let's for instance, if I need some diamond armor, let's just give ourselves a full kit of diamond armor and a full kit of diamond stuff. And let's go with chicken today. Feel like chicken tonight. There we go. So for a start, there you go. That's me cheating this game, right? It's not about survival, it's not a let's play, it's all about discovering this mod for the first time. Okay, so we're going to begin. And I think options, I've currently got it on difficulty peaceful as well. So, no mobs. There is going to be a need for mobs in the future, so I'll turn peaceful off when I need to. So, to start with the Botania, I need to get a sapling. So a vanilla sapling, I believe it's any type of vanilla sapling. So we'll take vanilla sapling. What should we have? Let's have an oak sapling. Just want the one. Let's get rid of that. And we're also going to need a book. There we go. A book. Okay. So now we've got that. We'll take a book and an oak sapling together, and we get the Botania Lexica, which is obviously the Book of Everything Botanica. I wonder if you guys can see that. Let's just change this up a bit. Let's change that to a larger scale. There you go. Now you could read along with me. So the basics. This is a magic mod that deals with flowers. Okay, flora. And there's quite a few things that you can get in here. I've had a quick look. Mystical flowers you can get by growing using bone meal. That's these things that we've got all over the place. They make mystical petals, and simply I place the flower to get the petals. Okay, so let's get ourselves some bone meal. Let's get a stack of bone meal and let's test that theory. First of all, let's take all of the flowers I can see from around here that are not vanilla flowers. We'll just test out the theory of getting the petals first, and then I might just start not worrying about going off hunting for them. We'll just find a nice place to do some bone meal and get them. So, flowers wise, I believe, what are they called? Flower. Let's type in flower. I believe there's like 16 varieties of flower. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 12, 16, yeah. So there's 16 colours, 16 varieties of flower. So we've got green. We'll take the green petals from green, and red, mystical red. Okay, so we've got a 9-slot inventory. So we should see another 7 about here. So I'm missing a few colours. Let's test out the bone meal principle. Okay, so we've got a pink, I think, there. Let's check. Yeah, the yellow we got. So we got the extra pink there. So what's that one? That one's just another one of the ones we've already got. So bone meal can get you all of the flowers. So, yeah, we've got the mystical blue there. So, if you've got a farm where you can get bone meal from, like a skeleton farm or something, then you should be good. But they are all naturally occurring in the wild as well. Okay, maybe all of them. Let me just check this first. Let's do the basics. The basics is basically finding all the flowers, see if there's any special biomes or anything that they need to be in. So I haven't got them all there. So the chances may be slimmer. Purple. Did I get the purple? Yeah, purple mystical flower. So we're short a few others. We've got the white, we've got the orange, we've got the magenta, we've got the light blue. We're after that yellow flower. Okay, well, we'll grab ourselves... Oh, there's a village over there. Let's go wandering that way. And bone meal as we go. And see what more we can grab on the way. Ah, yellow ones. There we go. Okay, so now we've got the yellow flowers. So we know that much. We've got the lime, which is that one. We've got the pink. Yeah. What's that one? Grey. Yeah, we've got grey. Cyan. Cyan. We don't have any cyan flowers yet. Apparently they grow just randomly in the wild in plains. So this save that we've got open here, this world generated with a village and a plains, which strikes me as perfect for doing this flower stuff. I've also got lots of area free for doing all that as well. Setting it all up. I believe I need a bit of space for it. So, yeah, well, we've used quite a bit of bone meal on this so far, and I haven't got all of the colours yet. Yep, still short that cyan one. That's a bit more over here. Bone meal the hell out of the place. There's a white one. They do just grow randomly as well, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. Should be able to find them all around your world once the mod's installed and you generate terrain. Let's just have a quick look over at the jungle over here. And as you can see, this will also be a great place for getting all the food I needed as well. But not so great for actually living. But we're going to make our home here anyway, just because. Not so much to worry about. Purple. We'll have that one. Nope, nothing. Do they spawn naturally in jungles? Do they? Now this mod is very new, and I don't think the mod maker himself thinks very highly of it, or at least doesn't seem to think that other people will think very highly of it. Aha! Is that the one? No, that's just a light blue. So let's see if we can put pay to that and see if there's anything good about this mod. I've only seen a few bits, so there's not really a lot I can go on. It looks like plains are going to be the best place to find these new flowers. We've got a fair few now. Let's get started. So until I find in the real world or spawn in some cyan, I think we're stuck without. We've got the purple now, that's good. So I'm still missing that cyan. I've got purple, I've got the blue, I've got the brown, I've got the green, I've got the red, and I've got the black. So it's only that cyan that's missing at the minute. Only the cyan. I just want to get one of each from the bone mealing process or naturally finding them. That's what I want to get done. No. And it's not happening, is it? I'm sure that cyan one must be available in bone mealing just the same. And if not, well, then there's a problem. And I'll just have to live without it. It's another blue. Yeah, there's not a lot going on here, is there? Nope. So, Maybe that's a problem. Maybe I've just been very unlucky. I mean, bone meal is a very random generation, isn't it? Let's just use the last of this bone meal and spawn ourselves in a bed and make it daylight again. Or in fact, I could just turn it to day, couldn't I? Just turn it back to noon. There we go. Save messing about with that. Is that the cyan? Or is that another light blue? There's the cyan. So, we have success. And the bone meal, well, I can go now. I get rid of the bone meal now. And I didn't want the other flowers either. Let's get rid of all that. Okay, so. Now, we are at a little village. We're going to make a little bit of a base out here. Nothing special. We're literally just going to test this mod out, put it through its paces. So, let's get a couple of chests. It's a good start, isn't it? Get away from me, chickens. Right, so all of the types of flowers are going to go in this chest. That's for a start. Flower. Spell it. That would be good. So, first off, we're going to go with a white, and the orange, and the magenta. Yeah, you've seen all this. Just pop them all in order to make sure 100% that I have found all of the possible flowers in this mod by straightforward means, so there's nothing wrong. There we go. Right, so every single one of them, not a problem. Now I'm going to take one of each and going to break them down into their component types. We haven't got enough of those, so let's take a yellow from there. There we go. Let's actually set this in. We'll just go through and get one of each. Not that way. One of each spawned in. Okay, so we've got all the flower types. We've done that. Now, crafting wise, I don't think we need a crafting grid to do anything to this, so yeah, we can just turn them straight into these mystical petals. And this is basically the component part for pretty much everything that we need to do in the mod, as far as I'm concerned. There are vanilla materials apart from this, so everything else is made from these petals or vanilla items, which we're going to spawn in as we need them. So let's discover what all of these do. Whether the colours actually have any particular meaning. Let's have a junk chest. Hey, dude. Yeah, go away. I'll get rid of this stuff. Right. So, what can you do with the petals? What can we do with the mystical petals? Let's have a look. Go back. Mystical flowers, turn into... Yeah, we've done all that. We've just checked those work. Pestle and mortar. A stick, some planks, and a bowl. Not bad. And you can turn the petals into dyes using a pestle and mortar. Okay. Well, let's check that out. Let's get ourselves a pestle and mortar. So that's a pestle and mortar. But just for the record, let's just test the crafting recipe to make sure the crafting recipe works. Because we don't want any problems here at all, do we? Right. So we'll get a few of those. Put a crafting bench down. Let's see. We're going to need a stick. We're going to need a bowl. And the other thing was the wood, I believe. Let me just check that crafting recipe again. I like that. Okay. Let's do that then. So, bowl, wood, and the stick there. There we go. So, crafting recipe works fine. Not a problem. Alright, so we'll get rid of that stuff now. So we've got ourselves a pestle and mortar. And then pestle and mortar and one of these makes the dyes. And that's floral white dye. Okay. I'm guessing that you get some vanilla dyes as well. Yep. So they all seem to create their own item ID, their own item number. ID 198,134. Wow. Quite a lot of numbers. Yep. Okay. So, unless we otherwise state, this is in full working order. Good, good. Okay. So now what else can we do with this stuff? So, yep, we can make all the dyes with it. We know that much. Okay, so that's that. Petal Apothecary. In order for a botanist to create plant life that can do its bidding... That sounds cool, doesn't it? One would need special means of infusing plants with mystical energy. Luckily, Petal Apothecary does just that. Okay, looks cool. Let's see how we make one. This block, when placed in the world, given some water, use a water bucket, will accept any mystical petals thrown at it, releasing their energies. Once one has set the correct petals in, throwing some seeds in will finalise the process. Okay. Quite a few plants can be made using this method. For more information, read the Functional Flora and Generation Flora sections of this lexion. So we're going to need some cobblestone. Is it any petal, I'm guessing? And some slabs. Should be easy enough, yeah. Let's set it to day again. In fact, let's turn it off so it can't be night. We don't need any night. Right, so cobblestone. We're going to need, was it 4, 5 cobblestones, something like that. And some slabs. There we go. Let's pop that down then. So it was that along there, that. Slabs up above. And any colour. There we go. So we'll take ourselves a Petal Apothecary. And we're going to need to fill it up with some water. So let's get that. There was water bucket. There. Let's get ourselves a water bucket. So the Petal Apothecary. Let's just make some space. Clear the place up a bit. Okay. That's not a bad model. That's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, it's made of cobblestone and it's got that sort of cobblestone texture. It's pretty good. And do I just plonk a water bucket on it like that? Can I extract the water again? No. Can I overfill it? No. Okay. Right, well that's that bit done then. And seeds were another thing it mentioned. Okay, so now we've got to figure out what mystical flowers we want. There's pure daisy, altar runes. What it said? Check the functional flora. Here we go. So the Bellathorn. A Bellathorn is a marvellous flower. By utilising mana, it slowly inflicts harm on every living being, save players around it. Ooh. Well, shall we see what we can do with that? So we want 2 cyan, 1 red. 2 cyan, 1 red, and red mana petals. Red mana petals. I haven't seen mana petals yet. Okay, so let's have a look at another one. The Hesia Dream will awaken feelings of anger and avenge nearby mods, turning them against each other. Oh, that's cool. And that needs a Rune of Wrath, which I haven't seen yet, and some petals. Okay, so we can't do that one just yet. Tiger's Eye. The fact that creepers are terrified of cats, the Tiger's Eye exploits that very weakness by emitting a feline aura, petrifying any nearby creatures, preventing any nearby creatures, preventing them from exploding, and also has the effect of making them run away from players. Okay, and we need a Rune of Autumn for that. So currently, none of those functioning flora we can do anything with. So Daybloom. Most basic and rudimentary generating flower. Simply put, it performs a modified photosynthesis process in order to transmit sunlight into mana. Cool. This looks like we can do it. So we've got 2 orange, 2 yellow, and a light blue. Okay. So you'd have to get a lot of petals to do this. What we got? Do I throw it in? Let's make sure we're on top of it here. Okay. 2 yellow, a light blue, and 2 orange. Whoa, that's quite a nice sparkly effect. I like that. That's pretty good. And it went straight in as well. It wasn't like it was messing about. And you can see they're floating around in there as well. And then what? Throw some seeds in? Was that the other thing? Oh yeah. And the seeds turn into a Daybloom. Very cool. Very cool. Okay. So that's a lot of flowers that you're going to need to collect in order to make petals. So you'd need a way of generating loads of flowers. So, oh, I nearly fell off the edge. That was not a good idea. Let's put that down there and see what it does. Particle effects, okay. I'm guessing that that's generating mana from the sun. So how do we harness said mana? Okay, let's go back. Let's just stick with what we're doing at the minute. Natural apparatus. Nothing on those pages. No natural apparatus yet. Maybe I unlock those, like in Thaumcraft, where you don't see it until you unlock it. Usable cubes. Fiddling with a highly powered mana-infused objects can lead to a creation of these strange cubes. They seem to emit some visual radiation in the form of colourful lighting, but it doesn't seem like it has any effect other than visual appeal. Okay, we'll just not worry about that just yet then. Mana manipulation then. So, now we've got our first plant, as it were. I'm guessing that we need to put mana into it from the plant. So a mana pool is simply put a storage of mana. Mana can be inserted into it by using a mana spreader, and any adjacent mana spreaders will pull mana from it to increase their internal buffer automatically. Any functional flowers require a nearby mana pool to draw power from. Okay, so making a mana pool we need living rock. Okay. How do we make living rock? Tossing in some resources into a mana pool will cause them to get infused with mana, turning them into more powerful forms. For example, iron ingots, ender pearls, diamonds and mystical petals. Mana reading for this block functions like a mana spreader. So you can throw stuff into the mana pool and it turns them into other things. Okay. So iron ingots into a mana pool turns into mana steel ingots when a small amount of mana used. That's quite cool. Ender pearls turn into mana pearls. Okay. Diamonds turn into mana diamonds. Okay. And petals turn into mana petals. Okay, so that's how we need to make the mana petal to do the first part. Okay. So we need a mana spreader. A mana spreader is an important component of manipulating mana. This block allows mana to travel from point A to point B. When this block is placed on the ground, it will face one of 6 basic directions. By shift-clicking it with a wand of the forest, one can orientate it in the opposite of where it was clicked. Okay, so we can move mana spreaders to aim beams around to beam mana about. Okay. We don't want to read everything just yet. Let's make one. So mana spreader is living wood. Aha. So I need living wood and the other one as well, and then I can put lenses in it. So we don't want that yet. So basics, there was no living wood. Let's see about the wand of the forest. Can we make one of those yet? This wand is made effective by strapping 2 mystical petals to a few strips, 2 sticks. Good amount of tasks. Okay, sticks and a couple of petals. That's fine, and it looks like any colour, and that just determines the colour of the wand. So let's get ourselves some sticks. We could just get a wand, but let's get ourselves some sticks. Need 3 sticks. Yep. And we're also going to then put mana petals on. Well, I'm magenta and purple as sort of my colours. So we're going to have a magenta and a purple to have a wand of the forest that is magenta and purple. So let's see how many wands there are. See if all the other colours are available. Looks like the only ones you can pull from any eye are the ones that have the same colours on. So you can't get all of the possible types. In creative, can we have a look at the creative tab for Botania? In here, again, there is only those available. So these multicoloured ones are only craftable. Okay, that's fine. We can do that. Set ourselves back into this adventure mode. Now, what can I do with this? Can I do anything with a villager? Can I cast spells yet? Can I have a look at this? Oh, when I haven't got it, I don't see anything. When I have got it, I can see the status, and it's currently unknown status. What did I just do? I just right-clicked it, and it's got some sort of bar on it. Okay. Some sort of bar. Okay, well, we need to work on making that, the other blocks that are involved. Pure daisy. Hold on. We did that, we did this. We've jumped to this one. So let's check out the pure daisy. Not only the most basic, but also the most important flower a botanist can have. Good place to start then. I skipped it. Well done. This flower will purify any wood and stone blocks, as seen in the next page, into their purified counterparts. Living wood and living rock, which can be used for crafting, which we've seen have got crafting recipes we need. Okay, just give it a minute or so. So 4 white petals into there makes a pure daisy. Okay, so we'd have to get a lot of white. So we've got white there. Let's throw all this in here for now. So we'd need a lot of white petals. And we managed to get 3 when we first started out. Let's keep that one in there so we can cheat it in quickly if we need it. So it was 4 of these. Yeah, let's jump up onto our place. Oh, we need to refill the water every time. Okay, well, I suppose that's balanced. Although the water from the spell, why would the water go anywhere? Oh. So 1, 2, 3, 4 petals in, and you can see them floating around. Again, cool effect. And throw a seed in there, and I end up with a pure daisy. Okay, so that's the purifying area. Let's do the purifying area over here. Now it was anything within the 9x9, 3x3. So if we put the purifying daisy there, everything we put around it should change. So let's get rid of this. Let's check out some stone. Let's start with 6 stone, and then we want to do, let's do 6 oak wood as well. I think it was oak wood, wasn't it? Yeah. Maybe planks. We'll check. Place it around, and we'll see what happens. Is it the... yeah, it was logs in there. Okay. Let's put a couple of logs by it as well. Poink, poink. And give it a bit, it says. Give it a bit. Give it a bit. Okay. Okay. All these villagers wondering what the hell is going on in this place. What is going on in the world? Yeah. So, can I see any progress with this? Can I look at it a bit closer with the wand? No, doesn't appear to give me any sort of progress bar. Did say give it a minute or two. Okay. Let's have a read while we leave it in the corner of our eye. Give it a minute or so. Okay. So we did that. Yeah, no problem. So the next thing would be the runic altar. Runes are extremely important components of complex magical devices or flora. In order to create these, one would require a runic altar. To utilize this runic altar, start by placing the components to the rune... Oh, something's happening, something's happening. Oh, look. That's quite a nice little effect, that is. And the wood looks like that's going to be doing next. Okay. I hope I don't need silk touch or something to pick them up. That would be... Oh, there we go. And there's the wood. So, let's test it. It's okay. Yeah, so you break those, obviously, with a pickaxe. And do they just break? They just break. That's good. Okay, so that's easy enough. And... yep, it's all set so that you've got to use the right material, the right tool for the job. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. Sorry, villager, but you're in the way. Okay, right. So that's how easy that is. And that just takes a minute or so. So that's not too bad. So we've now got those available to us for our crafting. Yep, that's good. Put those away as well. And then what was the next thing? This runic altar. Start by placing the components to the rune you want to create. So this is how I will create the runes. Okay. Proceed by linking the mana spreader to the altar and right-clicking with a wand of the forest. So I need a mana spreader first before I can do this. So let's get that mana manipulation, mana spreader working. That required me to make a lot more of this living wood, have some gold ingots, and a petal of any colour by the looks of it. So I need 6 wood. That's not too hard to sort out, is it? Let's just switch out. Let's have a few of those, because we're just testing this out. Okay, so living wood, living rock, we've got that. And we're going to need some gold as well. Gold. Okay, let's get 6 of these made. Right, so was it on a crafting bench? Yeah, crafting bench. So we've got that, and that, and that, and petals, of course, petals. Petal. Let's take some of these. Okay. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Living wood, gold ingot, and a mystical petal. Crafting a mana spreader. Okay. I thought that was right. Oh, they're the magical mana ones. That's what I did wrong. I put a mana one in there instead. And it's not a mana one, it's just a normal one. There we go. So mana spreader. So now this mana spreader thing, we can put... And it gathers mana from the flowers. Let's do it in that direction. That looks good. Okay. And then have a look at our wand. Daybloom's there. Oh! When you're holding the wand, you see the spread. Ah, that's clever. That's nice. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so status unknown. Let's have a look. What's it say? Doesn't say anything at the minute. That's just not doing anything. It's pinging at me when I say stuff, but it's not doing anything. Okay. Daybloom's... Ah, the bar went down, so it's empty. Which means... Ah, I see. It's got a little green start on the bar, which means it's filling up. So it's got quite a large section there. That's not bad. I'd have to make a lot more Dayblooms to keep these filled by the looks of it. Okay, so now we're going to need a mana pool, aren't we? So, mana pool. That crafting recipe was living rock like that. Okay. Well, I've got the living rock like this. Let's leave one in there. And that would just go like so. They're quite easy to craft, really, once you've got some stone going. And let's put our mana pool over in our little workspace here. So we'd have to have it in line with that, I presume. Yeah. So that starts beaming mana into it. There's no range, is there? Any range? Any visual effects to show me what's going on? Wonder how far you can be with this. Hang on a second. Right, this beam keeps going and going. That sort of peters out here. That's quite a good graphic effect. You can see the mana goes and then runs out, so that you can't just have an infinite amount going anywhere. Okay, so this is definitely in the right place. That's definitely the wrong place. We derp that out. Let's put that there. Okay, so we are definitely receiving mana, are we? Maybe it's because it's now telling me that it's going to the mana pool as well, which is very good. So it's telling me what it's linking to as well. So it's automatically done, and I know that it's doing it. Even though I can't see any progress in here, I know that it's doing it in there. So let's have a look at that sun crafting recipe again. That functional flora. No, it wasn't that, was it? Generating flora, the Daybloom. So this Daybloom requires quite a bit of specialist resources here. We've got orange, so you've got to find at least one orange flower and one yellow flower, and somehow have a lots of supply of these. I wonder if there's anything in here for growing flowers. So like a greenhouse type thing which just generates flowers. More in the sense of the bees from forestry. You had some sort of creature or something that you placed down in the world and it generated flowers in an area effect around it. But anyway, you would take quite a bit of time to fetch them up. I've got a couple of orange and a yellow that I meant that I would probably be able to make a couple of these, but I'd either need a lot of bone meal, or I'd need to do a lot of exploring to get enough flowers to make this work. Oh, that's a cool effect as well. Look at this. I can shift right click to go to the right page in the book. Ah, that's a very clever idea. I like that. There we go. Well, anyway, guys, that's all we've got time for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I am going to continue with this. I think I'm going to cheat in some more of these day blooms and set up a bit more of a mana battery here so we can see what happens with all this mana and into the pool. And let this fill up a bit. Oh, there we go. We just caught that at the end. There is an actual graphic for filling it up at the end there. Alright, guys, so thank you, and join me next episode where we delve a little bit more into Botania.